Good afternoon. Today is Monday, February 13th, 2017. It is 1 o'clock, and we are here for the regular trustees meeting, and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We have an agenda before us. Are there any modifications?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second?
Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Ms. Graf?
Yes.
Mr. Kratz?
Yes. This. Look for a motion to accept the payroll.
Move to approve the payroll at $333,818.67 for February 1st.
Second.
Ms. Graf?
Yes.
Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Kratz?
Yes. We have no minutes to approve. So move on. At this time, open the podium up to any citizens desiring to speak. Seeing none, we'll advance to old business. We have no old business, no new business, so we'll go straight to the administrator.
Thank you, Board. On page 7 of your packet is the 4th of July Rotary Park celebration. Once again, Team Fast Track, which is the skydiving team, will be a part of the ceremonies. And they need our permission, as well as the City of Beavercreek and the Beavercreek Township Park District. There is a copy of the letter along with the agreement that we've signed every year. Legal has approved the agreement. There's no changes, and there is a motion on page 8.
Make a motion to approve granting Team Fast Track skydiving permission to land on township property and to authorize the township administrator to sign the agreement for the board.
Second?
Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Ms. Graf?
Yes.
Mr. Kratz?
Yes.
Thank you, Board. Page 9 begins the semi-monthly report for the Sheriff's Office, as well as the monthly report with year-to-date totals as well. We'll report that we are getting the 4th deputy assigned to the substation. That deputy did start last Saturday. So we are back up to 4 deputies at the max in the substation. Good. Are there any questions?
They seem to be doing a good job. They certainly are doing a lot of different kinds of activity.
Yeah. We'll keep busy in the township.
This isn't working. It's not responding.
That's all right.
We had one inquiry from a resident regarding the police levy. Do we have any other concerns or questions that we need to address?
No, not only did we send the press release out to the general public and post it on our social media sites, but we also sent it to all the active homeowners associations as well. CCM did send it out with some additional information explaining the levy and the history of the levy and staying with the sheriff's office.
Of the households in the township, how many are within a homeowners association, or how many are not in homeowners association? Hopefully they read the paper at some point.
Yeah, Dane Daily News and Channel 7 did an article about the recount. Beavercreek Current is currently working on one as well. So the deadline for them is tomorrow. But we do have the active homeowners associations are in Stonehill Village, Spring Ridge and Spring Meadows, Hunters Point, and Country Club of the North.
So there are a number of areas that
You're growing.
Yes.
we have a number of households, if they haven't read the paper, might get a surprise in July.
Yes, if they haven't read the paper or seen it on social media, Twitter, Facebook, or our website.
In a conversation with David Graham, it sounded like he was able to administer, the catch-up essentially in July, and then it'll go from there.
So the second collection will be the full amount.
How is he going to handle those tax duplicate people who have paid the full amount for the year in the first collection?
They'll always,
So we should have small bills.
yeah, they'll get a second.
Treasurer's
will,
office
yeah.
will send that.
Any other questions?
Hmm?
And on page 33 is the HR semi-monthly report. Are there any questions?
I think our department heads have to change their captions on their reports. I think both fire and HR, I'm just looking at, say bi-weekly, I haven't gotten to them.
Well, sometimes they are
Yeah.
bi-weekly, but most, but
The activity section is bi-weekly. So when you get down to section 4 or 5, where it talks about the activities, that is just the last 2 weeks. So you're seeing consistent blocks period over period.
Okay, but what about the other? It's just funny, because with one place it says it's semi-monthly and the other one was again bi-weekly. It's not crucial. The total should be the totals, whatever. And I don't have any questions on the report, so.
What, where do we stand as far as, this is asking, so this as far as employee evaluations for 2016? Did we accomplish everything that we were?
we did all the employees, except for the department heads.
Okay.
No.
No? You're not finished? I'm
No,
sorry.
there's employees in the fire department that need to be completed.
I believe the deputy chiefs.
What's that?
Is it the deputy chiefs?
No, you still have an entire platoon that didn't schedule.
So we have one platoon that released.
Okay, so, as far as non-fire, we have everyone, with the exception of department heads.
Correct.
With fire, we have one platoon and deputy chiefs.
Yes, deputy chiefs.
And do we have a timeline of when that'll be completed?
Not until we get all the hiring stuff completed for the interviewing 26 candidates for the new positions.
Okay, and what's the timeline as far as department heads for non-fire?
Yeah, as soon as we get past this hiring process, because the policy requires the HR manager to sit in on all of them. And right now, the HR manager is working on the hiring, and then after the hiring, she'll be working on the hiring of the part-time staff that was approved in the budget.
But we also didn't have a battalion chief, so
Yeah.
that was one of the
For
reasons.
fire, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna work. Not having the battalion chief, it was the coordination there that was missing.
Okay, so assuming that we have the hiring of the 10 firefighters in March, so then it's reasonable to say that we should be able to complete the department head evaluations by the end of April.
I will
Reasonable.
try for that, yeah.
Just so it doesn't go a year and a half.
Right.
Once it starts, it's difficult if there's something to arrest or something to address, good, bad, or
Right.
different. The longer it goes, the creates other challenges. Okay.
Any other questions?
Was there a scope of work that Xenia needed us to complete or help them with?
Yeah, and that's the policy manual or handbook, whatever they call it over there.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know where we're at with that.
They have a draft. Alan has a draft. I don't have changes back.
Thank you.
On page 35 is the zoning department report. There will be a change for 16 in the next report, and we'll get ready for our annual reports, going through the permits and double checking everything. We did break 100 in single-family dwellings. I think it was 101 new single-family dwellings for 2016. So you'll see an update in the next one. As well, see them maybe in the report as well.
Will the 13 for this year go down to make the 99 go up?
No,
Okay, so it's still 13.
Still 13.
There's no one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Are there any questions for zoning? There are two informational items in your packet. One is the 2017 zoning workshop. I provided that information there, as well as the tire drop-off collection dates. This has been posted on our website as well as social media sites as well. Thank you, Board. I did pass out an email that I received from Back to Business IT on the update. They are working on a Gantt chart. One of the things we were kind of waiting on was the new network adapters. I think I'm using the right word. They have been installed, and Back to Business IT, as well as Nathan Easter, did all the updates on the network switches. That's it. I'm sorry, not adapter switches. So now we can start to move forward with the rebuild. That was showing some of our latency issues as well. Was having the wrong connectors. So the next report you'll see will have a Gantt chart with a percentage of complete and moving forward of projected time, which is April 2nd.
Okay. But as of today, we're still on track to meet or beat our April 2nd.
We're on track for the April 2nd. Yeah, myself and Chief Easter did meet with Back to Business IT and had a very lengthy conversation on the project and where we're at and things that need to be accomplished. So, yeah, I would say we're still on track for the April 2nd.
Well, and based on the way it appears they've scheduled it out, if they run into a snag, they have time to catch up.
Yes.
So they can apply some additional resources to keep it moving. Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you, Board. Next item in your packet is on page 41 is Road Department. First is a renewal of the water management agreement for Phillips Park. There is a motion and budget justification on page 41 as well. This agreement, no changes, but there was a slight increase and it was approved by legal. There's a motion on page 41.
Move to approve the renewal of the water management agreement with the Lake Doctor in the amount of $1,400 and to authorize the township administrator to sign for the board.
Second.
And what's the, describe what they do. So we can. You must be a good customer because at conference they knew who we were.
Yeah. Actually, they come and treat the pond for algae, cattails, and weed control within the pond. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think it's May, June, July, and August. They actually come twice a month. We get big times that we end up having those problems. You kind of remember back 5 or 6 years ago, when the pond was being taken over by cattails and algae, these folks stepped up and they have done a fantastic job ever since.
And I think it's also important to note that we're getting a significant discount by paying for it annually.
Well, no, they actually bill us by the month. It's $175 a month, this is what we're bringing up front. But it's for only a specific amount of time. I think it runs.
Cliff Top?
Is it, you know, March?
March through October.
It's a seasonal contract.
Yeah, that's seasonal contract.
Like, the pond looks good, so
Is there, yeah, just out of curiosity, has there ever been discussion about adding a, like a solar powered aerator or blower? Just to keep, would that help as far as reduce the number of treatments we need to make? Just curious.
I can, from past experience, I'm talking about community and some of the other ones.
Sure.
When they have had more problems fixing those issues, and more of a maintenance issue than actually paying for this service. And actually, in conversation with the park board, they did away with theirs and actually went to this service.
And so they're using this service also.
Phillips Park Road, just information was on, I know I sent this to the board, that the City of Beavercreek Parks Department will be holding the fishing derby at Phillips Park this year.
Instead of the.
Instead of a tune.
Yeah, that was kind of like that, so. And I believe
Should
that's
be easy to
May,
catch in smaller pond.
they will be stocking it, and I believe it's May 20th.
20th, I do that, I can check.
Good. So we have a motion and a second.
Ms. Grant?
Yes.
Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Prince?
Yes.
Thank you, Board. On page 45 is the semi or bi-monthly report for the road department. Are there any questions?
As I said earlier, he's keeping the roads nice and clean, and looks pretty good, even though the amount of materials we use are going up.
Actually, we've
Each
been out-
report.
We've been out twice since the last meeting. And the other thing, when you start seeing materials go up, is we've added roadway. So that's gonna be, the part we're gonna see from, I'm gonna say here on out, especially next season, because I look to add quite a bit of roadway here this year, to find it second.
Any other questions?
Mhm.
Mr. Parks? Thank you.
Thank you, Board. Next item is on page 46. This is a request for schedule a special meeting.
Oh, yes, I would like Mr. Parker to come back up. I was gonna wait till the end, but I can do it now. I've gotten comments from both the members of the Historical Society and both Carl Cologne and Beth Cusack from the library, commenting on what an excellent job you have provided, Tim, in responding to whatever needs they had. Whenever the needs took place, you were there, and they are greatly appreciative of how you work with them. So I want to thank you in addition to that, but I thought that we needed that out. But, every time I see either one of, any of the people, they tell me what a great job, Tim, and Alex, but you didn't work on the historical side, on the library, and it is looking good.
It's been a project.
Yes, it has.
Leave it at that, it's ongoing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but thank you.
our goal was to get them back in the building, and we accomplished that one, so we'll just keep moving forward.
Yes.
Thank you, Board. As discussed earlier, as we're conducting all our interviews and background checks on the potential 10 firefighters that will be hired, we'd like to schedule a special meeting on March 6th at 4 o'clock. Because of the size and the amount of people that we're anticipating for 10 people, we would like to move it up to the bay of Station 61, so the public notice would say the bay of Station 61. Hopefully we can get all 10 ready to go.
That'd be nice.
4 o'clock, and we're anticipating that'll go
The 6th.
6, 7.
Yeah,
If it went an hour, I would be surprised.
I think the plan was to swear them
Do
all
it
one
very
time
quickly.
and have,
Yeah.
okay, so we don't have to go through.
I'll have a brief bio for each of them individually, but the swearing in and the rest of that will be done in mass.
Okay, so 4 o'clock on March 6th, that works for me.
That works for
Certainly,
me.
if you want to hang around and eat cake for a couple hours, or the ceremony itself will be time.
Cutting the cake will be the challenge.
Thank you, Board. Next item is a request, engagement letter to hire a firm that will oversee the design and construction of Fire Station 65. I do have a motion here, as well as the budget justification, or the justification on page 46. And this has been approved by legal.
That's the firm that worked with us on,
Yes, ma'am, on
Previous
62
one.
and 64, that's correct. And I think they may have helped us clean up 61 at the time.
and a lot of that has to, how we do one general contractor instead.
Yes, and matter of fact, the law has changed to the benefit of townships for being able to hire generals a slightly different way, and they have all of that prepared, so that if we go ahead and move forward with them, they can set us up so that we can follow that process. None of us have been through before, so having their help is going to be crucial in doing it correctly. Obviously, with the building, we don't want to have any mistakes.
Who assumes building risk in that? Is it township? Normally we take that on our own, or do we push it to the general?
I have no idea.
I would assume it's pushed to the general, but
Okay,
I haven't dealt with it.
okay. We'll get to that, I'm sure, so
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Okay.
Any questions? Make a motion to approve the following to engage Bricker and Eckler LLP for legal services for the construction of fire stations 65 and 66 in accordance with their agreement for legal services dated January 18, 2017, and to authorize the township administrator to sign for the board.
Second,
Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Ms. Grant?
yes.
Mr. Prince?
Yes.
Christie?
Yes, please.
So this should produce a far more repeatable result
Absolutely, and
than
that's.
if you had an à la carte approach, dispatcher to dispatcher.
Well, and it's measurable for QA, QI.
Yeah, that's the national queue part of this, is having that, they recommend 30 calls per week to be quality control checked, and then those calls are sampled randomly out of all the calls that we go on, and then we'll be able to see, are we getting consistency across shifts, between dispatch positions, between different types, calls for service types. And if we're not, that then gives us a point to go back for service level agreements for the contract that we currently have, or a new contract, to begin to address those. What's our shortcomings, what we're paying for, and getting what we're paying for.
We have them. Which one, which?
This is stuff from the 9700. Ms. Grant?
Yes.
Mr. Roberts?
Yeah.
Mr. Prince?
Yes.
Thank you, Board. On page 50 begins the bi-weekly activity report for the fire department. Are there any questions?
And I did get an email, I believe it was after this was submitted, we looked into, for the board's request, grant funding for heroin interventions. There's nothing specific for EMS at this point. It looks like there is some probably for law enforcement, and there is some for the hospitals, but not for EMS. So we're gonna follow up and see if there's anything that we can either pigtail on or piggyback on, or something that we can at least support from a working partner perspective, but nothing that we would qualify for.
Or anything that could carry over to the sheriff department that we can apply for, so, okay.
How much does it cost us for the narcotic?
Trick question. Really, it doesn't cost us anything right now. It costs somebody something, but we're part of the drug bag exchange program. So our costs are covered under the drug bag exchange program, which is run through GetAha. I don't think that applies to law enforcement. I think they pay
That's
for it
separate. They pay for it
themselves.
separately.
So we don't have the same sort of costs that law enforcement or anybody else does because of the drug bag program, so long as that stays intact. Now, there's been talk that that may go away for a whole bunch of different reasons, but so far it's continuing to go strong, and we're a huge advocate of it because it does take a lot of those issues. Medications are royal pain because of the prescription aspect, the expiration aspect, the cost aspect. So by having the drug bag program, we're able to roll all of that cost and just participating in the overall program as opposed to individual purchasing and inventory and record keeping and all that.
We are the only area in the state that has that program, so for example, Cincinnati area, Columbus, or the Cleveland, Toledo area, they have, all those individual departments have to purchase their own drugs and stock them, secure them, and file all the appropriate paperwork with the state of Ohio.
Maybe they should follow our model.
They should.
They should.
Following
It's an excellent program. It really is.
Could we work with the Attorney General and see if, compliment how this program works so well, how it's cost effective?
That's
I don't-
probably outside of our
Yeah,
realm.
I
That'd
don't-
be more GetAha.
Yeah, I think what you see here is even though there are competing hospital groups within the Dayton area, and they do work together. and they work together on a program like this. They do work together on a common software from doctors' offices to urgent cares to the hospitals. So the information is being shared. So I think what's unique, and it has to start with the hospitals, is they all have to say yes first. And so before, and I don't think there's anything the state of Ohio has to do. I just think that other hospital networks in the state of Ohio need to work together. So I know there's some departments that kind of run between the Cincinnati area and the Dayton area, and they have chosen to get involved in the Dayton area for the just drug bag exchange program itself. So they'll let more transports to the Dayton area hospitals, which is all the way down in Hamilton.
Whatever the hospitals they keep building is getting closer and closer to Cincinnati.
Have you seen an increase in administration on our CAM so far this year?
No, ours varies enough that I haven't seen any sort of long-term trend. At some point, maybe it'll kick in, but we do have busy weeks. I think, matter of fact, I think this bi-weekly period was one of the busier ones. But then
As was the last one, if I remember.
I don't recall. You could be correct on that, but yeah, I haven't seen anything as far as a long-term trend yet. Maybe I'll see if I can plug in a long-term so we can see if it's going up or down.
Because this, your note here, it's the past 2 weeks, and is that the past 2 weeks at the same time last year, or is that all of last year?
That is the last, so the past 2 weeks is literally the past 14 days.
Right.
The past year is the past 364 days.
But it's a rolling year.
It's a rolling
Yes,
year.
that's correct.
It's not
a year over year.
Correct.
Well, one of the things that is still an issue, and I get this report from the sheriff's office, and it's just not the sheriff's office, Beavercreek Police and some of the other police agencies along US 35. What we've been able to do, at least here in the township, is successfully stop the dealing. What we haven't been able to do is to stop the people that are traveling to downtown Dayton to buy the drugs and getting out of the area safely from being robbed by another user or so on. So we're really running into at Fairfield, a factory, and Orchard, where people are getting out of the Dayton area and stopping to use. And those will be
Yeah, I was
overdoses.
gonna say, there was just one at Marathon.
We had a double just recently on Orchard, one on the south side and one on the north side. Same situation, just getting out of Dayton, finding the first where they think it's safe to stop and use before traveling the rest of the distance, either back to Columbus or the eastern part of the state.
That one made it all over social media.
Thank you, board.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Ms. Frick?
Nothing at this time.
Ms. Aarons?
Are you done on the trustees?
No. Mr. Roberts?
I had nothing.
Ms. Grant? Okay. Ms. Aarons?
No, thank you. Except to remind you, that Mr. Roberts came in and signed the POs and BCs, so we're just going
Okay.
there's a staff in the office, if you have a minute to stop by, they're all right there waiting.
I'll stop.
Thank you.
This time we'll accept a motion to go into executive session under Ohio Revised Code, section 121.22G1, to consider the employment compensation of a public employee, Ohio Revised Code 121.22G2, to consider the purchase of property for public purposes, and Ohio Revised Code, section 121.22G3, conferences with an attorney for the public body concerning disputes involving the public body that are subject to pending or imminent court action.
I so move.
Also second?
Ms. Grant?
Yes.
Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Prince?
Yes.
Move to come out of executive session.
Second.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Ms. Graff?
Yeah.
Mr. Kretz?
Yes.
And could someone provide me at the time, please?
3:18.
Thank you.
I move to authorize the fiscal office to repurchase graves 4 and 5, section 1, lot 227, from Karen Orr at $250 per grave.
Second.
You want to read that back for us?
Oh, she takes your.
I move to authorize the fiscal office to purchase back graves 4 and 5, section 1, lot 227, from Karen for at $250 each. Ms. Rapp?
Yes.
Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Mr. Kretz?
Yes.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve the separation agreement that has been signed by Mr. Jeff Terry.
Second.
Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Ms. Rapp?
Yes.
Mr. Kretz?
Yes.
Thank you.
And finally, I'd like to make offer the following motion resolution for approval. The Board of Trustees of Beavercreek Township, Greene County, Ohio, met at a duly called and authorized meeting of the Board of Trustees of Beavercreek Township on the date set forth above, such meeting being duly called pursuant to a notice stating the time, place, and purpose of the meeting received by all Beavercreek Township board members, and the following resolution was made, seconded, and adopted by those present at the meeting. Whereas an increase in zoning fees was adopted effective June 1st, 2015, and has resulted in an increase in the zoning department revenue from $15,910 in 2014 to $42,114.55 in 2016, resulting in a 165% increase in revenue. Whereas following the recommendation of the Novak report, the zoning department initiated cross-training of personnel, documented as of August 3rd, 2015, that has qualified Ms. Lori Brown for promotion to a new position description. And whereas in an amendment of the Beavercreek Township Policy Manual, the Board of Township Trustees approved a new compensation and reward program, Section 3, Number 9, on July 18, 2016, and revised said program on January 9, 2017. And also, whereas the Board of Township Trustees approved an appropriations budget in December of 2016 that anticipated certain personnel changes in the zoning department, and whereas the Board of Township Trustees approved the establishment of new position descriptions for zoning department personnel on January 9th, 2017.
Second.
Mr. Roberts?
So I'd like to, that's okay, I'd like to amend the motion, if possible. So I'll hand the gavel to Mr. Roberts. So this decision that, and this change that we're making, I'd like the record to reflect, essentially, that the township surveyed more than 30 other townships of similar size and character. We received approximately 21 responses to that survey. In that survey, we determined that the median pay for planning and zoning administrator in the state of Ohio in a township setting is $72,085. We also determined that the median salary for a zoning administrator inspector throughout those 21 townships that responded to our survey, or our inquiry, I should say, the median salary is $47,005. As part of the resolution that Mr. Roberts has proposed, there will be an additional $21,185 of total added cost to the township, but that does include a part-time clerk position. The net impact After the $26,204 increase in zoning fees that the township has realized for the past year, our projected annual savings for 2017, will be greater than $294,000. And that's an compilation of the reorganization that was accomplished, the pay freezes that several of our employees accepted, the compensation plan that was implemented last year, and changes to our employee contribution to insurance benefits. So, like I said, I'd like to amend Mr. Roberts' motion to include that narrative. So I think it's important to reference and background.
Second to the amendment.
Then we need to vote on the amendment.
No,
So
we
yeah,
need-
first you'll vote on the amendment.
Now we'll vote on the amendment.
Did you get his oath when he said what he meant?
I can help you with it afterwards.
Okay, so we're doing the initial amendment?
No, we vote on the amendment.
The
itself.
amendment,
Right.
okay.
Just the amendment itself.
Mr. Krebs?
Yes.
Ms. Scrap?
Yes.
Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Now you vote on the amended resolution, the original motion with the amendment. As he made, so are we ready for discussion? Any? I guess we need to vote on
Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Ms. Scrap?
the, yes.
Mr. Krebs?
Yes.
Let the record show, I'll pass the gavel back to Mr. Kretz. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Beavercreek Township Trustees hereby authorizes the Township Administrator to enact the following. The name of the department shall be the Planning and Zoning Department. The position title of the department head shall be Planning and Zoning Administrator, and Mr. Ed D. Amrine shall assume that said title at an annual salary of $67,000 and with 160 hours of annual vacation. The position title Zoning Administrator Inspector shall be eliminated. The position title Zoning Inspector Code Enforcement Officer shall be created as a non-exempt position, and Ms. Lori D. Brown shall assume said title at the hourly rate of $22.63 per hour. The position title Zoning Clerk 3 shall be eliminated in the zoning department list of positions. And finally, the position title part-time clerk shall be created in the zoning department and the position filled according to the aforementioned Beavercreek Township Policy Manual, Compensation and Reward Program, Section 3, Number 9. And be it further resolved that the above provisions shall take effect at the commencement of the pay period to begin on February 9th, 2017.
Good.
And you have the original.
Right here.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
Your hard work is appreciated.
Your support is priceless. Thank you.
Oh, right, right.
Is there anything else to come before this
I think we're
board?
going to need, a corrected one to be signed at the next meeting.
With the amendment,
Mhm.
yeah.
Because this is not the,
That's,
this resolution isn't the
No.
one that we essentially passed. So I gave her a copy, my copy,
Okay.
and next meeting, as we've done before, when the amendment is inserted, we will
Okay.
sign the
That's
the whole
full,
minutes.
yeah,
Yeah, that-
the full copy with the amendment.
Here, does she need one?
We have.
And I gave her mine. I gave her mine.
Yes.
Oh, here, I'll get it.
I'll hold this until we get the amendment. Okay.
Exactly what's here.
I'll have the amendment.
Carol, he says give it to her. Give it to her.
I should give her this with this sign? This is not what we passed.
No, I wouldn't, because that's not what was passed. What was
Okay.
passed included
So
the
then hand it
amendment.
back this way.
One more.
I have it, I'm not giving.
One more time.
You need to add the amendment to what you
One more
wrote.
time.
Yes, of course.
Is it written somewhere? Can you
We'll put
send
no
it?
amendment.
I'll get it off the audio.
Yeah,
Amendment to
I'll
be
get
added.
off the audio.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else to come before the board?
Motion to adjourn at 3:28 PM.
Second.
Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Ms. Scrap?
Yeah.
Mr. Kretz,
Yes.